Hi, everyone. Welcome to Ukrainians Talk. It's this Ukrainians Talk that we conduct every week to talk with Ukrainians about what they do, what they know, what they see, what they feel. Today, I have a wonderful lady with me on the call, Ksenia Ditchuk. She's a communication manager. She knows everything about strategic communications, about info products, about combining marketing and project management tools into the communications. And she's a wonderful friend of mine. So I'm so happy to welcome you, Ksenia, here.
Hi, I hope that you're hearing me good. Sorry for my English. I don't practice speaking English. I prefer writing. So I hope this meeting, our interview, our discussion will be fun for us, first of all, and fun for our watchers and listeners.
Super cool. Let's start with the question about how would you describe your profession?
Oh, I like this question because communication is not about information. It's more. It's about feedback. It's about constant feedback. In fact, communication, if you are talking about non-profit and non-government organization, communication in those fields have common things with propaganda. Yeah, I know. A lot of people are afraid of this word, but you can't just come and tell a person that they are wrong and they have to or must to do something different. We have a lot of work. The main task is to explain in reasonable language and motivate this person to be not just person but a good citizen, and motivate to join the changes in the state and in their cities. And I think my work is directly related to work with people, and we connect different regions, different people with different motivations, with different opinion, and that's all just to develop the chains and to develop Ukraine. I think that my profession has a lot of funny things and a lot of pain issues, maybe, but it's, I think, for me, it's amazing fact that I work with communication.
Interesting. You mentioned you work in non-profits and regarding the communication and building the NGO sector, but I would like to ask you broader about why do you think communication is important in general?
As I told, communication is like a chain between you, your activity, your results, and your audience. Communication is important in every part of our life. This is about discussion, and this is about impact. And for example, you and your audience discuss some events, processes, decisions, points of view. And this is about feedback. And for example, let's take think tanks. Analytical research without good communication, well throughout communication, can turn into waste paper. And it's just that one good idea, best idea without communication remains just one's dream. So if we are talking about communication and look, we communicate constantly from the first breeze and to the last breeze. We communicate with audience, with our friends, with families. Even inner communication means a lot. And we communicate with the reason for what? What's the core reason? And look, if we look to into this process, we can communicate unconscious and just say something or do something and show this to the world and intuitively as we can, and we get or don't get or ignore the feedback. This is unconscious communications. And we can communicate more I don't know how to say it. No, not just efficiently. We can communicate conscious, so we know what for we are here. And for example, we both, you and me, right now, we communicate for what? What the reason we meet today, and what the reason you started your project and you decided to communicate with the world through the YouTube channel. It's also communicate with reason, and you have to have your own answer to the question what for. It's about communication. So I think all these parts are important. Yeah.
I really like this question because it shows that you think, why do you want to start the communication? And then you actually start, not vice versa of communicating and then, oh my God, how do we come to results and outcomes?
So it's about important things. It's about behavior and about psychology issues, sometimes issues, about our triggers, about our hopes, hates, loves, and so on. You can communicate, for example, some people ask you questions and you decide at this moment how to answer the question. What do you want them to understand from your answer? I think it's a very important question. It's a very important goal to make your communication conscious.
Mm-hmm. Indeed. You mentioned before regarding that communication helps to reach some goals or impact outcomes. Can you recollect any one example where communication actually changed the outcome, the results?
I think that all these events that happened after 24th of February, we all in Ukraine, we all saw these outcomes. If there wasn't good communication with other governments, with other countries, with our citizens, I think there will be a lot of problems more difficult for us at this time. So I think it's a huge, great example of good communication.
Indeed, probably the communication and massive amount of different posts, articles, things that messages that were communicated indeed helped all the world to hear about the war in Ukraine and support us.
We all citizens became a communication channel. Your personal Facebook page became communicational channel, and you talk to the world, and now you're talking to the world, and I think it's great example.
Thank you for giving this example. I'm thinking always that communication is about people, their perceptions, and you do have to know who you're communicating to. So what would you say that any person needs to know about his or her target audience and people, their perceptions, in order to start communication and make it effective?
I love this question because audience is the key. Audience is the key, and audience, target audience, is your king of communication. Few years ago, I think it was easier. It was easier to communicate and to work with target audience because we all used stereotypes in work. What do I mean? Is your audience mainly man or woman, young adults, maybe some citizens after 40 years, and so on? Just stereotypes worked. But now we have a lot other markers. For example, it's about psychology, it's about behavior patterns, about what do those people love and what do they hate, and about their triggers. One of the role of communication manager is to prepare content that will trigger the audience. Trigger for what? I want them to laugh. I want them to feel something. Communication is about feeling. So it's about psychology. I told that. And so as long as you study your audience and their patterns, you will be more efficient in communication. But you'll never know all.
And for sure.
and patterns could change. And the psychology is about this moment. After 10 months, all those people could become another persons. So it's about constantly analytical process also.
So constant adaptation. Okay, I got it. I'm hearing the wording strategic communications quite a lot, both in nonprofits and in other areas. So what is this about? What is strategic communication?
Let's just imagine you're a little child, blind child, in foreign country, without maps, without friends, and you actually don't know language. So you need to go to the market and buy some food. Okay, so what will you do? This explain the situation, explain communication without strategy. If we speak about strategic communication, it means we speak about goals, we speak about channels, we speak about languages, we speak about audience, and we have a map. We could find that map on other studies, some marketings, analytical, maybe firms, I don't know. A lot of organizations prepare analytical studies on psychology, behavior, some audience. For example, you need to know all those patterns, all those datas. Okay. And when we are talking about strategy communication, we have to have this map and we have to use this map. And it's not just a map on the stone that, okay, we prepared our strategy communication, for example, document. So we will use it 3 years, 10 years. No, you need to analyze the results and change some ways to achieve more with this strategy, or if you see that this strategy doesn't work in a long period, more than 6 months, for example, you have to change your strategy to adapt your strategy to the real world and maybe main informational topics, something like that.
Do I understand you correctly from the example that you mentioned, that basically if you want to help any person, you will have to first think about what you will do, choose different selection of different tools, channels, and make sure that the person receives every communication he or she needs in order to get to this goal?
And we need to ask this person, what do they really want? Because I could see a blind child on the street, and I could decide that I need to go with him or she to the police, and that I can think that this child is lost and have lost, and but this child just need to go to the shop.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to ask. It's again and again, it's about feedback. It's about dialogue. Communication, it's not just about information. It's about this chain.
Mm-hmm. So verification of different informations, tools, and then make sure that they do apply for a specific person and needs that the person has. Okay. Enough talking about work. I would like to ask you about your passion in life and what you're passionate about. Maybe it's the same as work, but I hope it's broader. So what are you passionate about?
Books, nature, psychology, and games. And the last one is my favorite, because it's not only about games like chess or, I don't know, football maybe. It's about games, PC games, computer and mobile games also. It's about communication games with information. It's very interesting to me. It's my passion. I love to study. I really love this verb. I really love to study strategies, behavior strategies in games. In games, we show our preferences. For example, few days ago, I've started to play League of Legends. LOL. Yeah. And it's easier to play on support roles, but I can't play support. I want to go straight to the enemy and push him and fight him, and I die very soon. So if I could be more careful, if I could be more strategic, for example, I could achieve more results in this game. But I have my own behavior pattern. So this game showed me this situation, and I have begun to think about this.
Well, at least somewhere in computer games, you don't have to be strategic and you can just relax.
No, you can't just relax if you want results. I want results. I want results right now and here. I want results. I am a result person.
A true Ukrainian woman wants a result, and many of them are right now.
I don't want a process. Give me just result. Give me the weapon. Yeah.
Yeah, we can send this message to our audience abroad. Give us the weapon. We need the result.
Give us the weapon. Yeah.
You just mentioned among your passionate things you like, that you like to read. So, and I know that you are reading quite a lot. So why do you like to read? What do you like to read?
The books is my best friends from the 5 years old. I don't know, maybe. there is a large library at my mom's home, and I've started to read maybe at 5 or at 6, I don't remember exactly. And at that time, I read a lot of fiction books, and now almost all books that I read is nonfiction. It's about some professional skills. I like to improve my soft and hard skills. I like to work on some issues, and I like to find some solutions in those books. And actually, I spent a lot of time to find a book, and sometimes it's very difficult. I've read Bible twice, and I've read the Constitution of Ukraine maybe 3 or 4 times. And I hope that every citizen of Ukraine read Constitution. That's great book. And yeah, it's very important actually.
I feel like you are strategic even in selection of books. It sounds like this.
So it's also about results.
Okay, today's talk will be about results. So tell me one quote that you remember from, I don't know, the most memorable book or the most favorite book, or from Constitution of Ukraine, whatever you like more.
Right. I'm very careful with quotes because each quote is someone's personal experience. And in fact, I think it is the art of communication to speak or write in such a way that you became quoted. To find so deep words that people will want to use to convey their thoughts or emotions. And I work with quotes, so I can choose just one for my life. But at this moment and this period of time, actually in wartime, I like Latin quote, memento mori. It describes my emotional and maybe, it describes my thoughts right now. Memento mori.
Super, I like it as well. You seems to be, and I know you are, a very energetic and productive person. But I'm wondering, where do you take this energy to be productive? How to move ahead? Where is this kind of sparkle in you?
I'm trying to build my own routine. I'm trying to bring into my life some discipline, maybe. It feels, I think that it feels like I'm also a warrior. I'm also a soldier in my own sphere, in my own field. So I need to be more structure. I need to have more structure in my work, in my day. So actually, it have began few months, maybe last August, I think, something like that. I've tried a lot to get up early, to go to sleep early, and to walk, to go for a walk more, and to spend time with nature. And that was that had the great issues for me that time. But now in wartime, I became more productive. Actually, because it's war. It's a war. And we are in the wartime. So
now you are concentrated.
I'm thinking about I want to become warrior in my place, yeah, at this moment, what can I do more efficiently? What can I maybe? What structure could I build? Yeah, something like that. And I think it works. Right now, maybe. We don't know what will be tomorrow or another hour.
Yeah, we're all warriors, I think, at this point of time. It's just different location, different roles, but indeed, you started to talk about discipline in your life, and I'm wondering, how does your day look like now, and how has it changed since the full-scale war began?
It became more structured, maybe, I think. 120 days, we have the situation, full-scale war. And first of all, at the beginning, I was very scared, like all, yeah, I was very distracted, I was frustrated, and all my routine was killed by Russians. So now I've built more efficient. Yeah, every day I work every day. Sometimes I work at weekends, about few hours, maybe 1 or 2 hours on day, and I feel it makes me stronger. A lot of work makes me stronger. Yeah, and actually, with all this structure, with all this work, with all these issues, I feel actually in wartime right now, I feel like I'm alive. We'll wait for the Natalia. I don't know. Hi guys, what do you say? Oh my. So let's see. Can I see something on YouTube channel? Maybe there are some comments. I don't know. I'll see now. No. I hope that Natalia will be back soon. Oh, Natalia, I'm so proud of you. You're here with us. Yeah, it was just me and
sorry for that. You see, I'm today
Great.
in a different location because at my apartment it's a horrible noise today, and seems like something not always goes perfect when you went. Sorry,
it's live. It's live. It's just alive. And
indeed.
me and my pure English tried to become stand-up, to make some stand-up without you. And I think I lost.
But you did mention, I heard that you said that indeed a lot of things change, especially in the routine that was killed currently by Russians. You have to start over and do a lot of things with a new approach. And I understand that for many Ukrainians, a lot of things in our lives have changed. What are the things that remained untouched or unchanged for you, regardless of this full-scale war?
For me, only the constant process of change. Yeah, only the constant process of change remained unchanged.
How come?
Yeah, that's all. That's all.
Okay. Wow.
Bye. I'm going out. Yeah. I want to change something right now.
So basically everything is changing so fast, then the only thing that is unchanged, that everything still changes fast.
Yeah.
crazy thought. But yes, indeed, I think a lot of us feel the same in current situation, and we still try, a lot of Ukrainians still believe that they can return to the life that was before, but we have to admit at some point that there is no life before. There is future life that we are able to build now, depending on the situation and taking into account the situation that is happening. I wanted to ask you about the values that you adhere to, because I hear from a lot of people that currently the values is probably one of the most stable things that was with people and keeps going, though a lot of people actually has changed the values with the start of the full-scale war. How about you? What are the values you adhere to?
Freedom. Freedom. Freedom is in my blood. I feel so. Freedom is in my blood from the beginning of my mature life, maybe from the 2004, and now I feel it. Freedom is in my blood. And also I'm very conscious about rule of law. And when I say rule of law, law is not just about your rights, but we have second R, we have responsibilities. Yeah, as well. When you have your rights, you have your responsibilities. And I think it's very important to remember this. Actually, in wartime, it's very important. And in communication, we have responsibilities. And in wartime, it's also could have a huge impact on all results. When you understand your responsibilities, not just only your rights. And third one is love. Actually, love is about all matters, and it's the only one reason I live sometime. Love is it's not only about some people. It's about nature. It's about world. It's about my own inner support process. I don't know how to explain this. It's just love that you can feel in the cellar and in your blood also. Love and freedom. It sounds like about people rights, pride months in the world, and actually, yes, pride months, freedom, love, and responsibilities.
Well, apart from the word responsibility, I would say that it sounded like a political slogan for a campaign, for a good campaign, but citizens would not like the responsibility, because usually people do not want to admit that responsibility is actually on their shoulders, not on someone, I don't know, president, government, or someone else in the country. But if to talk broader about Ukrainians, what do you think the values of a true Ukrainian?
Freedom. I think freedom is just in all Ukrainians' blood. Yeah.
And it's wonderful.
Yeah. We fight for our freedom, actually. And we don't like rules. Yeah. And responsibilities sometimes. But freedom is our core value, I think. And thanks to this value, we are here now, and we are not defeated, we are here, and we fight, and we're still alive. And this is 112 days after a full-scale war, and freedom is not only in our blood, in our bodies. Freedom, it's like the woman covered in blood. Freedom, she's freedom. Something like that.
Great picture that you help us to visualize it. Do you plan for the future?
Yeah, I I know that after this meeting, this discussion, I will have my breakfast after all, and this is my plan for future. And after that, I will work hard until 8 or 9 p.m. And this is also my plan. And maybe this weekend I will try to use bike for the first time. I don't know. And this all my plans.
Do you understand?
Memento mori. Live now. Also.
Do I understand you clearly that you do plan for the upcoming day or upcoming week, but you do not plan something like ahead, like months, year ahead, because of the current situation?
I have strategic thought about my core target. I know what I want to achieve, what I want to have, and I know what I need to do, have to do, but actually clear plans I don't build, because it gave me more flexible sources.
Yeah, flexibility and possibility to adapt is probably the key thing that we have to learn all. But do you see, you said that you have some targets, yes, for yourself. Do you see any targets for Ukraine, and how do you see the future of Ukraine?
I think that we have a lot of opportunities now, actually. And after we win, and we will win, I believe, I know, it's not just believing, it's not feeling, it's strong knowledge that we will win. And after that, look, we have opportunities to become mature, to become more efficient, to become great nation. All around the world, people look on us, and they are thinking about what have we done, what will we do, and something like that. And so we have opportunities, but that's all process. Rights, responsibilities, opportunities. So it all depends on our decisions that we will make. A lot of experts, analytical experts, a lot of activists and great people actually are working on the strategic vision of the Ukraine after the war. And there are a lot of discussions. But I think that most important is to understand what is the good citizen, and how we all could make our country, our cities better after all.
If to take you as a good citizen, and I can tell you that you are, but what would be one thing that you plan to do or could do in order for developing the future of our country, in order to make it better, more sustainable, more, I don't know, successful?
There are a lot of things, actually, I think, that I have to pay my taxes. I have to work more, pay taxes, donate for our army, maybe. I have to support the economy of my country. And this is about economy. okay, and about political life, I have to be more actively on daily basis about issues of the city, about some ideas of non-government organization or non-profit organizations. There are a lot of organizations here in Ukraine, and you can choose the one or maybe few. If you whom do you support? You can support with money, you can support with your time, you can support with your retweets or just share information to other people. And this about activism, I think. And it is important to the good citizens, I think. Not just sit on your couch and think about, they must to provide me some solutions. They must to do my life better. No, it's your life is your responsibility. That's all.
Mm-hmm. If to talk about people abroad, we already mentioned that the media coverage was extensive in the first month, but it's not so huge and extensive right now with more than 110 days of war, 112 actually today. What would you advise or suggest that people from abroad could do to help Ukraine now?
Speak more, share more information. Sorry, phone call. One moment. Yeah. Speak more. Speak loudly. Speak more. Share information in your social medias, to your friends, to your relatives. I don't know. You have no right to forget about this struggle. We defend the world now. Ukraine defend the world, and we defend the peace. And thanks to Russia, now peace has to be armored, and now peace needs weapons. It's terrific that we have to kill for our country. Yeah, we have to do bad things for peace, for the peace of the Europe. And so I know a lot of people are tired from all this war. Here in Ukraine, we are also tired. And there is another 2 or 3 weeks, and it's not over without weapon, and it will not over without weapon and support. If you can't do something with your parliament, maybe with your politics, and you can't push your parties, to decide to give us weapon, you can just share information. It's also very important. Just find okay, you don't want to speak, you don't want to talk about the war. Okay, you can find some interesting information about Ukraine, about Ukrainian cities, and you can share love to Ukraine. It's also important, I think.
Well, thank you for this big piece of advice. I hope that our audience hear it and will follow it. For the last probably question, I would like just to ask you if you have any thoughts, final thoughts that you would like to share with our audience.
I hope. Well, actually, no, I want a result. I wish you all to add more conscious communication into your life. Communication with your friends, your coworkers, your colleagues, your maybe family, your relatives, your partners, and I wish you to add more conscious communication into your inner life, inner work. I think the real communication always begin inside the people, inside the person.
Indeed, support that. Everything comes from the heart. So let's build from the heart. Thank you, Ksenia, for this wonderful talk. Always happy to talk to you, but today it was just brilliant. I would like just to remind everyone that it was Natalia Bolyuk with Ukrainian Talks and Ksenia Ditchuk, a communicator, a wonderful magician, communication magician was with us today. And thank you for watching us and see you soon.
And support Ukraine!
Indeed. Bye-bye.